what we have going on here.
Yeah, so we've got a couple of mock-ups of roof assemblies here. This is kind of what you would think of a conventional roof that might be an older roof. It's got a particular type of underlayment, or people would refer to this as felt. It's actually stapled down. The seams and the plywood underneath this don't have any kind of protection. This would be your normal roof assembly. And over here, this is a roof system that meets our fortified roof standard. So it's enhanced over what would be your local building code. So it uses a heavier, stronger underlayment. It uses a different type of nail. You can clearly see that, these button cap nails as opposed to staples. And there's actually protection underneath. So what we can actually do is kind of how wind would attack this if, say, shingles came off of this particular roof. So we could sit here and just pull that off. It doesn't take a lot for me to actually pull this off. And that's what wind would do. It would attack this corner and start to peel this back. And now, what happens is we have this gap that's meant to be there on our roofs. It's meant to let the plywood flex and contract. But when you lose this cover, water goes there. And I think all of us know if water gets in our house, whatever way it comes from, whether it's the top, the front door, or a plumbing pipe that breaks, bad happens, and that's a lot of damage. So if we could actually kind of simulate this here. We could pour some water down there, and we would actually see water coming through these seams. And you could hear it actually hitting the tub underneath as it actually comes through that seam, and that's what rain can do. Well, on the fortified side, we have a stronger underlayment. So one, with these button caps, like I could sit here, I'm gonna tear the underlayment before the nails essentially break. So it takes a bit more force to actually get this off. But the critical piece that's now the barrier, let me actually do that, is taping that seam. So now what happens, we don't have this water entry problem. So this is a hurricane scenario. Say like you're under hurricane winds for several hours and you lose shingles. It's gonna happen, especially with an older roof. If you have the tape protection, we're not gonna get any water that comes down in the sink behind us. It's just gonna roll off your roof and keep it from getting in your house.
And in terms of the first thing a lot of people are gonna think of is cost.
That's right. So the tape here, we're talking about a few $100s. So we're in the $500 to $800 for a whole roof added cost. So when you're re-roofing, this is actually the great time to do this. So you're looking at somewhere between 8 to say 13% more in cost, but talk to your insurance agent and you have a pretty good chance this will qualify you for a discount. My parents actually put on a fortified roof in Baton Rouge, Louisiana a couple years ago. They needed to re-roof. They had a 30-year-old roof. It was time. They've been through several hurricane events, and they went ahead and went to a fortified roof.